Do not give tools to your AI agents. Instead, let your AI agents discover and create tools by themselves. This is the approach that this paper is proposing, called MCP Zero, that they are providing an alternative approach on how we provide tools to our AI agents. And using this approach, I just created a test that I was able to reduce 98% of my cost of AI agent and make it multiple times faster and significantly reduce the token use by just using this approach, which I'm gonna show you shortly in action and tell you how you can use this approach in your own agentic use cases. Let's check it out. Alright, let's get into the core idea of what is Zero-MCP and how it is even possible to let AI agents use tools without us giving them tools. Well, as of now, let's call it the old way. We are really passively listing all the tools that the agent might potentially use inside instructions or a prompt. Let's say, hey, you are this agent, you should supposed to do this and that, and here is list of the tools that you can choose to call them and execute the task. For some use cases that we don't have too many tools, it is fine, but for a lot of them it's not, and I'm gonna tell you what are the challenges with this old way. So to be more precise, let's actually get into their paper, and they perfectly elaborate what is the challenges with this old way and why they're proposing this new way. So right now we have mainly two approaches in old way. First, in approach A, we might just really list all the MCP servers here, if you follow my pointer, inside instruction of the agent that, hey, here's a list of the MCP servers or one server, and then list of tools that you can use. So what's the challenge with this approach? First of all, if you have too many tools, you are wasting a lot of tokens because you're making a very lengthy prompt that has a list of all the tools that the poor agent should choose. Second, you are increasing the chance and risk of confusing the AI agent and also increasing the chance of failure, because as the prompt gets larger and as the number of tools and MCP servers getting longer, there's a greater chance that the agent will do a mistake. Obviously, this is not what we want. Now, approach B, which we call also old, is that we do retrieval augmented generation to choose a tool. So there are a couple of papers that what they do is that based on the query that you ask from the AI agent, they convert your query to word embedding, and they do similarity search to see if your query is close to what tool name or what tool description, and based on that they will choose that tool and bring it to the AI agent to provide actually the service. What is the challenge with this? Well, it is not enough, because just having the user query similarity with MCP tools, there's a great chance that you will do miscalculation, because sometimes the query of the user is not as straightforward and it might involve multiple tools that you need to call, which is not feasible to fetch that with just similarity search. So what is the approach with this paper here, if you follow this part of the architecture, is that first, we are not going to give any tool to LLM. We ask LLM or AI agent what tool you need. For example, here I'm asking something, then the LLM says to us, or AI agent tell to us by itself that, well, for helping you, I need, let's say, fork. That's a tool name. Then we do similarity search based on the need specified by the agent, not the query of the user, to find which MCP and which tool by rank is relevant to what is the tool that the LLM asked. Then we bring that up and then we get the response. Iteratively, we do the next step. Okay, what else I need to resolve that need? This time I need knife. Again, I do RAG on helping the need of this AI agent to find that tool and bring it to the tool. Then we do iteratively until we finish the job. After following this approach, what they did in this paper, they actually grabbed the MCP servers of almost around 400 MCP servers, which they have their own tools, up to around thousands of tools from the public GitHub repository, the official public repository of MCP or Model Context Protocol. And this is just one example of one tool that comes from just MCP server. And think about it, this one just by itself can have over 4,000 tokens. Just one MCP server with a specific tool. Think about how many tools you want to provide to the master agent and how much of token will be just wasted because you're listing the tools for your agent. Maybe it's gonna choose a couple of them, or maybe just choose one of them, or even none of them, which is not efficient to always keep them there. And here's a precise example of how this approach works in an actual example. So let's say you as a user, you ask your question that, hey, I want you to debug my code and this is my code, right? There's no tool that is given to the AI agent. That's it. Just a query. Then the AI agent says that, okay, I can fix that for you, but first I need to read the file. So there's a need. So the agent needs a tool. What is the tool? This is what the agent actually creates, that, hey, I need a tool potentially from an MCP server that let me read a file by a file name. With having this generated by the AI agent, I will take it and do similarity search with embeddings of my MCP server and tools definition. Then I find the best match. Then I will give this as a tool to AI agent. The AI agent says that, oh, okay, I got this. This is the function I wanted. So I want to invoke it by having my file name that you asked to read it. Then I got the file and I read it. Okay, I found the issue. So let me fix it. But for fixing this, I need to do some file changes, which is edit a file. So tell me this tool. This tool is, again, this part is generated by AI agent. Then I do another similarity search to find this tool, which is edit. Now my AI agent can edit a code, and then it says that, okay, I just want to run the code, the changes I made to make sure it is working properly. As yes, there's another tool needed, which is a tool that let me execute codes. Another similarity search I do, and finally, great, the bug is fixed. So obviously you don't necessarily need to call RAG or retrieval augmented generation for any single integration and tool. Maybe you can have the batch of tools created, let's say 5 by 5 by 5. 5 is just an example. So when you do similarity search, maybe in just one shot you bring a couple of relative similar tools instead of just having that RAG each time getting executed, which might be time consuming, which I'm going to show you that actually in the demo that I created, how this approach works in action. And here's some benchmark results. They're saying that when we increase number of MCP tools or the tools that the agent use, if we just use the typical all-way approach with models like GPT-4, Gemini 2.5 and Claude, you can see that on average, when we increase the tools, we are also increasing the average token cost significantly. For some models, even more because of their performance. But when I create my agent with MCP Zero, it doesn't matter. Even if we have thousands of MCP tools, because we are iteratively retrieve them by RAG, by the end of the day, we're just giving one or two tools in the context of the prompt. So we never increase the token cost. And this is on average, again, you can see that up to 98%, they were able to reduce the average token being used for creating AI agent compared to traditional approach. 98% drop on a token use, that means 98% potentially on a cost reduction. Shorter prompt, less number of tools, more accurate agent, and also faster agent. All right, so to test their approach, what I did, I went through actually their source code and I realized that they have a JSON file that has word embeddings of MCP server definition coming from official MCP GitHub repo, which is around, I think, actually it's more than 300, I think around 400 servers of MCP with the URL and also list of the tools, which is thousands of tools. They're added in the JSON file, and I'm gonna take it to see if I can implement their approach in my agentic use case. All right, as you can see, I have two pair of codes here on the left side, 1.py. This is the code that use traditional approach for creating tool for AI agent. And for creating AI agent, I need a framework. So I use Google ADK here, but you can use LangChain, LangGraph, Llama Index, whatever you're comfortable with. So obviously in old way, if I want to create tools for my AI agent, these are my tools as function. You can see that I have a lot of different tools for searching web, searching news, searching academic data, searching web data, searching page content, analyzing web page. And of course, these are just dummy functions. I don't have actual MCP server here, but just wanted to mimic having tools randomly just given as a list to my AI agent. And you can see that they're returning something static. So they're not really actual functional tools, but good enough to see the performance differences of this new approach in the paper. So then I have list of all tools added here. And then obviously down with Google ADK, I can just create my AI agent, giving it a model. I'm using Gemini 2.0 Flash. You can use any model. Then the context that I'm telling that you have access to these tools, and the user gonna ask you a question. So these are the list of the tools I'm giving to you. Tell me which one you would select, which tools is relevant, which one that might confuse you, and which one is difficult to choose. Because I don't have actual MCP server and actual tool, I just want to see if with this approach that we're listing several tools, whether the model get confused or not, and we can ask by itself if you're confused or not. And on the right side here, as I expanded, this is the code that is using this new MCP Zero approach based on this paper. The main difference is that as you can see, I have a function that I will calculate the embedding of, not the user query, the embedding of the tool that the agent is asking for, to compare that with list of the embeddings that I have, which I'm going to show you for list of my MCP servers and tools. So if we're doing the similarity search here, I'm just using a very simple cosine similarity. Then I retrieve that agent and the tool that is based on the similarity search. And then when I have that retrieved, I will then add it to my AI agent definition using Google ADK. So here I'm telling the same thing, that hey, you have access to these tools to respond to the agent, and here's the tool that I'm giving you. Now you can see this tool part that I'm retrieving is dynamic, because based on that RAG similarity search, I am choosing the top 5 relevant tools based on what the agent asks, and then to give the response back to the user. So I actually developed both these codes and added that to a Streamlit app. So I will show you with the UI when I run these approaches at the same time and see there's differences. But before I show you that Streamlit app UI, I'm gonna show you that JSON file that includes lists of the MCP servers and tools that I have, that I do RAG on it, and I downloaded that from the paper source code, which they actually use the GitHub repo of MCP Toolbox. And here it is. As you can see in this JSON file, I have the name of the tool, the description, the URL of that MCP server. Here I have agent QL MCP. I have the summary of that, and then list of the tools that comes under that MCP, and then the description of that MCP embeddings. I have done the same thing, which I didn't actually. They have done the same thing for all the list of the tools that they have here. If I just do Control F summary, you can see I have potentially 308 number of MCP server. Each they have their own definition, name, and tools. Obviously you are not going to give 400 MCP servers for your AI agent when you create, so this is a significant demonstration to challenge this use case that they propose. But even if you have a couple of tens of different tools that they give to your AI agent, there's a great chance you might confuse the agent and waste tokens. So let me show you the Streamlit app and run this approach. Alright, here's the app. I just added a couple of the stats that I captured from the paper, which helped me reduce token with 98%. The context token, you can see how much is significantly reduced and how much is faster. So for having a side-by-side comparison of both approaches, the traditional approach and MCP Zero approach, I have a couple of queries that I have already implemented. For example, the first one is I'm gonna ask from the agent, search for information about Python programming. And as you might guess, this needs a tool that does web search. So let's run it. I will click on running demo. You can see on the left side, first it's running the traditional approach, which is listing all the tools. You can see that first it loaded 17 tools that I have, which is all that tools, which is not even necessary, like getting weather, getting temperature, GitHub issues. These are not relevant really to my actual AI agent. And of course, this example is very, I would say, bolted and exaggerated. You don't have a tool like GitHub versus weather for an agent. They're totally irrelevant. But you might have AI agent that you have tools that they are relevant, but I see there a lot. So after having all this coming in, you can see the estimated context token out 850, and agent says that we're for searching information about Python programming, which tools are relevant. It says that I think these tools are relevant, but which similar tools might cause confusion. It says that there are multiple search tools that they have overlapping purposes. As I told you in that 17 tools listed, a lot of them were doing a very similar thing. The agent says that, yes, I'm confused because I asked that, tell me if you're getting confused. And what is the difficulty? Well, there are too many similar options I need to choose, and I need to evaluate all the tools before deciding, so it takes more time, and there is a high cognitive lead from processing all options. So these are what agent by itself, by its own language, telling me that, man, this is hard for me to select one. And it took around 3 seconds with all the challenges I just talked. But on the right side here, which we did MCP Zero approach, let's see what was the iterations step by step. So first it says that, okay, I need to tell you what tool I need. The agent is telling by itself before we give any tool to the agent. I need a tool to search the web for searching information about Python. And then step 2 is, okay, we do similarity search with, I'm using Gemini embedding 01 model. You can use any embedding model. to search through all those thousands of MCP tools that I had in that JSON file to find the one that are a good match. And here's the top 5: web search, documentation, GitHub search, academic search. These are relevant because you can see that they're all talking about web search, but the highest one, which got the highest similarity score, is the web search one, that is best for searching the web from the information using Python. So it selected the best match, which is the first one, and based on that description and cosine similarity search, now I'm going to execute that tool with a query which is Python programming. Then the agent says that, okay, I'm going to use this tool, and the tool is selected. Now here's the result back when I went to the internet and I captured the response. Again, these tools are not working. These are just examples of how I can retrieve that through this approach. And then this time, this one was 90 seconds. So obviously much faster than the previous one. And the context was much more lower because the number of tokens I used was a lot more less because I didn't really list any tool for the AI agent. And here's another example. What's the weather like in San Francisco? So I can run this also shortly. Same thing, I'm not going through all the details because by now you should know the context behind, but you can see that same thing on the left side. It listed all the tools to give me the best one, but on the right side it did similarity search, and I have 5 similar tools, which is weather, get current weather, weather forecast, temperature, city info, destination weather. And as you can guess, yes, these are very similar tools, but the best one was the highest scored here, and this one was being used to respond back to me. And again, it's just around 1 second I was able to execute this. All right, that was the approach called MCP Zero, proposed with a recent paper published on June 24th. And I found actually this is pretty creative on use cases that you have a lot of tools and you have a lot of error rates that you're concerned on how we can make it precise, cheaper, and even faster. So give it a shot to the solution. It might be not suitable for all agentic use cases, obviously, but that's a good consideration and worth it to highlight in a video, and hopefully you found it helpful. If yes, I would be very thankful if you click on like icon, and make sure you share your thoughts, questions, and comments in comment section below. And I add the source code of the demo I ran. If you need it's helpful, let me know in the comments. I will add it to the Discord channel. And I appreciate if you subscribe so you won't miss the next video. Thank you so much.